Hey everyone. I'm sorry I'm doing this in my car, but I'm kind of on the run a lot these days with track and everything. But I'm doing this recording to do my book talk because I'm really excited about the book that I'm going to be presenting. So, to start off with, I have a couple questions. Have you ever wondered what would happen if a pitcher, a baseball pitcher, threw a fastball that even approached the speed of light? Or have you ever wondered if humans were to disappear, what would be the last bit of light left on Earth? Where would the last lights on Earth be left on? Or have you just ever wondered really weird sciencey type questions? Turns out a lot of people do wonder those types of things. And in case you're wondering, with the pitcher, the if you threw a baseball at nearly the speed of light, even a fraction like 9/10 of the speed of light, there's a whole bunch of crazy stuff that would happen. But in short, it would not only almost instantaneously vaporize the pitcher, but also most of the stadium and a lot of the surrounding city. And if you're wondering where the last lights on Earth would be, it's kind of up for debate, but probably somewhere around Las Vegas because of something like Hoover Dam. The reason that I know these types of things, as strange as they may be, and as weird as these questions may be, and as impractical as they may be, is because of the book that I read. And it's called What If by Randall Munroe. Okay? What happened was Randall Munroe was a scientist and he started drawing some cartoons that explained some pretty deep scientific principles, and then he kind of went with it, and now he draws an internet comic, and it's XKCD, and you can find it, and they're funny, especially if you really like science. But people kept asking him these really random questions, and so he wrote this book, What If, and it answers a lot of those questions and some other really strange, really brilliant questions. And he does an amazing job of doing research and and presenting them with accurate scientific information and with what I think is some really easy to understand language. And he really explains things. Plus, he adds in some of his comics that really help you to understand the science behind some really strange ideas. There's tons of great questions in here, and I found it really engaging, really fairly easy to read. Now, full disclosure, I do have a science degree. I teach science, so I am a little bit biased on this. I'm very interested in science. I love weird ideas and stuff, but I also am coming at this with a lot of previous background in science. So as I read this, I tried to put myself in my students' shoes, and I do think that like an upper middle school or a high school student who is already fairly interested in science and who has a pretty good understanding of some basic concepts would really find this book a really fun read and a really engaging read, and would really help to build on their interest in science. A student who isn't as interested in science, it could kind of go either way, I think. They could either find this really entertaining and really fun, or they could kind of get overwhelmed with some of the scientific discussion and things like that and lose interest. So I think if I were to be recommending this to a student, I would have to really know the student, and I'd have to be careful in my decision on whether or not I thought they were ready for some of the deeper science in it. It doesn't go too far into scientific concepts, but it does help to have a previous interest or a previous understanding of some basic concepts. So I think it would be great for high school students. I think it'd be great for upper middle school students, especially if they have an interest in science. But I highly recommend picking up this book, especially if you're interested in some weird and funny ideas. Some of my favorite parts of the book are the questions that he decided not to answer. He calls them the weird and worrisome questions from the What If inbox. And they're just questions that were too out there. And he thought, nope, I'm not going to approach those. So thank you for taking the time to listen to this. I hope you all have a great rest of your semester, and good luck as we all finish things up. We'll talk to you later.